What's going on, fam tribe? It's me, Tony, back with a channel tarot message. I have to skip the cards part because there's no cards this evening. So I am still in recovery, doing way much better, might I add. I think it's going on day 10, day 11. Yeah, it's usually about 2 weeks. Every time I go into the hospital, it's always about 2 weeks of recovery, no matter what it is. But yeah, um, everything's good, man. Everything's been going fantastic. Actually, I think so. There's two different teams that I'm dealing with right now. Before I get into what I wanted to talk about, I'll just give you a quick update on my health. So my face is completely cleared. Everyone gets to see my handsomeness now. Everyone's attached to me. I get anything I want. It's so funny. People want to know more about my story, that sort of thing. And then, of course, me being, a therapist and being able to dive deep into personalities, I start talking to these people and we just exchange information and that type of stuff. So it's actually been quite therapeutic on both ends, on a first name basis with a lot of the nurses. And, I actually congratulated them today. Because they deal with a lot of crazy patients, even myself right now. um, the guy that I'm in a room with, because they never ended up switching me to a different room because they wanted to discharge me, which I thought was going to be today. But then more on that, again, I'm dealing with two different teams, specialists, one for this ulcer that keeps showing up on my right leg. That's like it's healed now. I have it wrapped. And then the other thing is my I had a liver transplant 18 years ago. So that's something that I've been dealing with my whole entire life and will continue to have to deal with my whole entire life. And yeah, so the liver team, or the team of liver specialists, and it was like 10 of them that came in the room today. These people always come into my room when I'm eating breakfast or lunch. If there's anybody else out there hate that, like people watching you eat. That's why, like, if I take a chick on a date, I can't sit across from her, right? Like, I don't want to catch food stuck in her teeth, right? Or her catch food stuck in my teeth, right? I have flashbacks or something like that happening when I was in sixth grade. But yeah, they came in and they just wanted to double check my numbers, doctor stuff, right? I talk to them like I'm one of them while they're teaching their students here. Um, but yeah, so everything's good. Just changing up a few of the medications. They're going to be monitoring me over the weekend as expected myself, right? Again, I've been doing this for years, so none of this is new to me. Again, most of these kids or these med students was in diapers or in high school when I was getting, well, yeah, in diapers when I was getting my transplant. So I have a higher knowledge than most of these people, almost damn near on equal footing as the doctors, right? One of them made a joke that he wanted to hire me because I knew more than his med students, right? Room full of med students. But yeah, the guy that I'm in the room with, so come to find out, I'm surprised he's asleep now. I think they dosed him. And the nurse, she brought me some snacks like an hour ago. And she was like tiptoeing through the room. She was like, shh, don't wake him up. I think he had surgery yesterday on his right hip or something like that. But that's not the thing. Like as I'm listening to it, and I'm in the room with this dude because I usually have my own room. So this is like spirit or God or whoever, the universe, cosmos, putting me in a room with someone. And it's sad. He's addicted to pain medication. But realistically, you can probably tell he's like a drug addict outside of this place. So it's like all day long he's begging for pain medication. He's a 59-year-old man who's acting like he's never been through pain before. And I'm like, the reason why you're having pain is because you're going through detox symptoms. You want, you know, all these different pain medications. And the thing with the doctors is they want to try and wean him off this stuff, but he goes crazy, starts yelling, cursing everybody out. Like when he's getting the medicine, he's nice, but when he knows he's about to get the medicine, he's all, trying to be chipper and shit. But when the medicine wears off in like 2 hours, so 4 hours, he starts acting like a damn maniac. I had such a quiet time in the room yesterday while he was going through his surgery. It was like 10 hours long. And as soon as he came back into the room, it was just a noise. All the nurses were grumpy, got in a bad mood. It's just like, that's what happens when you have to deal with a drug addict, man. I mean, I'm glad, again, people, they judge. I smoke marijuana. That's like the most harmless thing anyone can do, right? And again, I can run down the hundreds of medical benefits for things like that, but I've never done any type of hard drugs, I've never let anybody convince me. Like again, I don't need to have sex with another man to know that I'm not a homosexual. I don't need to jump off the side of a bridge to know that I don't want to die. It's just certain things. Like, I don't need to try drugs to know whether I like it or not. Like I've never done X or nothing. Like again, no judgment, because people do what they do, right? I've had a couple drinks, even though I've had a liver transplant, right? I quite enjoyed myself in my 20s partying with my friends. But yeah, I've never tried any hard drugs, and that's just the thing. Like I don't want to be under the influence, doing something stupid. I don't want to become addicted to these things, and people around me start looking at me crazy, or I'm just popping off randomly at people. Like, what type of life is that to live? Like, if you could even afford it, right? I was recently watching. For anybody that's been following my community tab, what is this? A radio station? Is this a channel message, or is this like a radio uh, thing? Anyways, yeah, I just got done watching Scarface, and again, you watch things or even read certain books or even play certain games, right? Kitty games. Some of you chicks out there, I don't know, maybe it's a 40-year-old chick out there that needs to play hopscotch. I don't know, double dutch or something. And you get a different perspective on these different movies or these shows or books that you watch at a different age. And I'm watching the movie and I'm like, damn, it's hitting on so many levels. So right now, I can probably do an entire channel message based on um, the movie I was watching, right? Because there's so much stuff that goes on in the world with people, right? The way they was raised or grew up, their family, their lives and things like that, right? Again, the richest people in the world could be going through some of the worst things. I mean, heard about what happened to Trump. I was watching that news reporting live. They just fined him like $250 million, and he can't do any business in New York for the next 3 years. That's karma for that ass. But yeah. So yeah, what am I doing? Yeah, so this is like the only light. This is like my IV pump that's like pumping my fluids. Getting like some antibiotics right now. So again, anyone that's had to go to the hospital or had to be admitted into the hospital, it's yeah, just basic fluids, nothing too major, right? You slip and fall, yeah, you're gonna admit your ass into the hospital for 48 hours and make sure that you can walk right. So yeah, but yeah, so this channel message. Now that we're 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes into this radio broadcast. I was thinking about this all day, because I'm in the hospital with my phone, and I've been reposting. Like anytime something like this happens, like anytime retrograde season comes around, or I'm just not in a position to like post any tarot readings, because I don't have any of my tarot decks on me right now. But I have done cardless channeling in the past. So this has kind of been on my mind all day, well, over the past week or so. The synchronicities, and I go on my tarot binge, right? It's those things. It's not like I'm addicted to tarot or anything, but it's just like the coworkers. You're gonna end up dating one of your coworkers because that's the industry that you're in. I'm a tarot reader, so some of my favorite content is watching tarot readings, right? So, sometimes you gotta know when to turn it off. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing this particular channel message, especially today. I'm just sitting here eating my graham crackers and my sandwich. I'm like, there's a lot going on in the world right now. And there's a lot of different new people that come to the channel as well. They haven't subscribed yet, but they watch the readings, and I've discovered a few new readers as well. We're one big community, one big family, right? And I'm like, damn, I need to put out a message today. So I guess technically this is like a motivational speech. I don't know, maybe again a cardless therapy session. But yeah, literally everything around me right now I can take a message from. Um, it's in the middle of the night. I'm kind of sleep drunk. Um, and I probably won't be asleep until a few more hours pass, probably like after the witching hour, which will probably be like 4 or 5 in the morning. And then I'll wake up to breakfast, and then the whole cycle begins again. But yeah, I was getting some very interesting channel messages. A lot of you guys going through breakups or just going through, because we do love on this channel, so it's usually related to people like breakups or getting into arguments and fights with like families or friends or co-workers. Some positive stuff as well. Um, Damn, now I don't even really feel like channeling too much. This kind of feels like a dump for me, right? Who's gonna be the therapist? This therapist. But no, again, everything's good with the health. I'll be out of here probably next week, if not Monday at the earliest. It'll probably be towards Wednesday. Um, I've already gotten like half the medicines that I'm gonna be taking when I leave to go back home or to get out of this place. And what else is there? I guess that's enough of my personal business. Yeah, I do think I actually connect with somebody. I've been actually connecting with them for a while now. Um, it's been about, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 months now, and I've just been really enjoying this particular person's like you know them physically. They're very physically appealing, very attractive, the way they think. And the crazy part is now it's like I thought I knew, well, not really know them, but I it's more things you find out about a person. I was like, wow, this person is actually open-minded, and they're more like me than I would have even realized. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, because anyone that knows me or has been watching the channel or my previous channel know that I did have a big breakup about 3 years ago, back during the pandemic 2020. We're at the beginning of 2024 now. Yeah, that sparked my spiritual awakening, like me really delving into self-love, the whole self-love journey. Because after you go through a big ass triggering moment like that, you supposed to look at yourself and be like, how the hell did I let that happen, right? I've always been a smart person, very knowledgeable, very wise for my age, being an old soul and all that type of stuff. But even then, right, it's like they say with people with knowledge, you can be the smartest person in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, why the hell are you so damn smart? So after going through that situation, I was watching tarot previously, I'd say maybe about almost a year before that. And then, yeah, that breakup definitely triggered it because I was trying to better myself, right? And then, in turn, trying to pull that person that I was with um, up. They couldn't take it, right? Pressure, makes diamonds. And I guess people like to they like to track mud into every aspect of their life instead of making themselves a better. It's like, and then it's crazy because you sit down with these people and they say they want to be a millionaire and they want to do all of this, but they don't really know what it takes to do these things or to accomplish these goals, right? You can't work a 9 to 5. Well, for most people, you can't work a 9 to 5 job into a millionaire lifestyle. So it's like just explaining, and that's on the ground level. That's like root chakra shit, where you feel like your base level survival instincts, all that stuff is covered. So yeah, it was just, end up separating. I became super healthy, started eating super healthy, started going to the gym every single day. I used to take weight training classes in high school, but then after I had my family, it was like, as a man would, you put everything on the line to make money. And, some things you just don't do anymore as much, right? I mean, at some point, it was like, I even had my kids with me every day. If I was taking time off work, I would literally take my kids out for like 2 mile walks. I'm talking about a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. Yeah, we going walking. We ain't driving today. We gonna walk to the park, or we gonna walk by the lake, and we gonna feed the fishes or feed the birds. Like, that's the type of stuff I was into, teaching my kids. Even now, I hate having long periods of time where I can't really talk to my kids like that. I think two was enough. And if their mom wants to play those mommy games, right? It's I created Part of the reason why I created this whole thing, or leaving my digital footprint online, is so that my kids will be able to see what type of father that they have, and how he built what he built, so that they can follow those same types of steps to you know go through their whole self-love journey process, and possibly build something out of social media and all that type of stuff, right? It's the wave of the future, right? YouTube is literally like a job for us now. But yeah, oh, he's up. Is he gonna wake up? Is he gonna go crazy asking for pain medicines? To be continued next time. Oh, no, let me stop. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing good, man. It was Friday. Yeah, yesterday was Friday, so we're going into the weekend. Saturday, man. It's supposed to be weekend. It's rest time. Even if you're working a 9 to 5, you should be able to slack off a little bit, right? But yeah, hopefully you guys have been doing good. You're feeling great. Everyone was sick over the past month, so hopefully everyone's getting over your colds and your flus and all that stuff, man. You really gotta be healthy. Like, I can speak from this perspective, being in the hospital now. Part of the reason, and I had my New Year's resolution where I wanted to stop eating certain foods. So I would just say, yeah, stay healthy. If you're not already healthy, get healthy. That's in regards to your body, your mind, your spirit, your money. Like, we need all aspects of your life to be healthy. Relationships, man, being around the wrong relationship. This is why I don't go on Facebook, because it's like it's a whole bunch of negativity. And just reading, just think about yourself trying to write a letter nowadays, but you're on social media so much, and everyone's LOLing, or they're writing in ghetto ebonics, and it's like you can forget how to literally spell a word, because all you see is people misspelling words on social media on purpose. At some point, it's not even on purpose. These people just, they forget. Either they don't know how to first of all, let me drop this stat on you. And even Mark Zuckerberg co-signed this. Poor people use Facebook. I would say social media in general, but no. Facebook is probably, and no shot against Facebook, right? They had to open it up for everyone, right? He created Facebook during a drunken night after he got rejected by a girl when he was in college, and you had to be in that university. So you it's kind of like Clubhouse. You had to be invited, but they opened it up to the public, and most people, doesn't matter what culture you're in, it says low thinking people are on Facebook. So just think about that type of stuff. I usually only check Facebook on the weekends, but if you're using it for business purposes, that's all the plus, right? Just like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I think I want to build my, even TikTok has a stigma against, making people, um, you know, attention spans shorter. But that's where all the kiddies and shit. If I'm ready to be honest with you, everyone's on TikTok. Again, I spoke about these 50-year-old women that are on TikTok doing silhouette challenges and all that type of stuff, right? Twitter's another big one, right? They try to downplay Elon Musk, but let the dude do what he's doing, right? I hate people that can't compete. Like, it's like, man, just be accountable to yourself, right? I mean, if you're gonna use these things, these cell phones and these social medias, use them with, a little bit of discernment and be responsible, right? Yeah, I've tested and I've used these headphones in the past. I'm pretty sure you probably can hear this dude breathing. You probably can hear his TV, even though it's on the lowest volume. The AC is probably like hella loud. I was watching one of my tarot readings um, from a while back, and there was literally a dude that was sitting like a few rows away from me, and he was snoring. At the time, I was just channeling. I didn't even realize he was sleeping. And I'm listening to my reading. I'm like, this dude's literally snoring. It sounded like right next to me. But I don't never like sit right next to people when I'm channeling. But I'm all over the place with this one. So yeah, this person, this very beautiful and talented Libra, right? Because I'm biased against Libras. I am. I'm a Libra myself. I'm trying to do that whole North Node thing. Follow your North Star, right? I'm not forgetting where I came from, a Libra inherently, and I'm here to to be a good person, right? I don't want to run down the whole justice and being truthful and honest and all that type of stuff. The North Node is actually you fulfilling your destiny. So it's kind of like me having to be the opposite of a Libra, right? Because Libras, we don't chase, we don't like to be bothered, we don't like conflict and confrontation. But the only way to break down doors and barriers and change the future, MLK and anyone, it doesn't have to be anyone black. Anytime you want to learn to do new things, you have to get out of your comfort zone. So my North Node, especially with it being in Aries, the baby boss, it's like, yeah, I really gotta not be so nice and not so people pleasing. But the way my birth chart set up, it's set up so perfectly, a Libra sun, Aries moon, and then a Cancer rising. That's just in my Western birth chart. My true birth chart, my Vedic birth chart, sidereal, a Virgo sun, a Pisces moon, and a Gemini rising. So it's like, you gonna be a revolutionary or not? And I'm already my own twin flame. That's crazy. But no, this chick or this woman, all right, this very classy, sexy woman, right? Her birth chart is very interesting. I won't say that it's similar to mine, but it's almost damn near like mirrors, right? And the closer and closer I get to finding my person and divine counterpart, they have a similar birth chart as me. It's always a Libra with some sort of a water and air sign, or water and fire sign placements deep in their birth chart or important places. But I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking about birth charts. We got like what? How long is this? It's 24. Yeah, it feels like I've been talking for almost a half hour. But yeah, I just wanted to touch bases, man. I really can't wait to get back to channeling for you guys. I'm probably gonna have to purchase some new decks. I might just end up finishing up the tarot deck that I'm creating, right? Just little arts and crafts, do it yourself tarot deck. The last one I did was pretty fucking amazing, if I do say so myself. It reminded me of when I used to do comic books back in the days, and I used to just draw and just get creative, right? And I think I actually did that tarot deck in the heat of the night, in the middle of the night after smoking some marijuana, right? What do you know? So yeah, I think I might go and buy some index cards from somewhere. I may do a little Walmart shopping, and I even want to do an Oracle deck as well. But I'll be able to when I really want to actually publish these things. I'll be able to go back on my social medias, and I'll be able to recreate these decks, and yeah, that'll be part of my legacy, right? Adding these things to my website, that's the whole Chris Ann route, the original creator, man. You gotta follow your dreams and do what you want to do. Don't be held back, even no matter what age it is. And I can't wait to come into contact with my person on a more regular 3D plane of existence where we can just bounce ideas off of each other. Everything that comes with it, the laughing, the romance, and all that type of stuff, right? You don't have to sleep alone at night anymore, right? I mean, I was in a 7-year relationship. But this time when I come into union with someone, I want it to be um, even more special, right? I'm not gonna really be like, oh, I want this and that and that's that and this. Like, it's just gonna be more substance, right? I'm older now, I'm more mature, so I'm looking for more interesting things and more deep things to do other than just, you know, have sex like bunny rabbits and just, you know, all that hot and heavy stuff that young kids do, right? When we're still young in our 30s, right? And I think she's in her 30s as well. I'm pretty interested to know if I'm older than her or she's older than me, because we both act like two big ass kids, right? When you don't let life drain um, the life out of you, right? And then, diving deep into her story and then me even going through it as well. Yeah, it's the people around you, man, especially when you invest in the people and then they just drain the life out of you. Again, that movie, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, I'm pretty sure it's based off real life things, because, we get into relationships with people, right? These young women, they have kids while they're teenagers, and their whole life they get stolen from them, and they just all they know is stress, right? From 16 years old, you get pregnant at 16 years old, or you have two kids before you're 20 years old. It's like that's put stress on your body, whether it's your children, whether it's your person, right? You have to deal with somebody that's cheating and stealing and lying to you all the time. It drains your life essence away. So again, even me, I wouldn't have any kids if I didn't, have to go through this whole life experience, if I didn't think I was gonna die before my 30th birthday, right? I had a liver transplant at 17. I would still be a again, I don't know if I would be single, but I would still be a man with no children right now. Like, I wouldn't be in lackluster relationships just because a woman thinks she's cute, or she think I like what's between her legs, or whatever the case may be. No, I was never that type of person. I would be even younger than I am now. I probably wouldn't even be in this hospital right now. Like, I would be more astute about myself and the things that I get into and the places that I go, right? The people that I let around me. So, it's a blessing to be able to look back, right? I'm not missing any arms, I'm not missing any legs. I could completely be in a worse situation, right? But yeah, I'm more hopeful. I haven't think I'm still young, right? Again, I look at people, and even people younger than me, how they let life beat them down, and it's like they can never see a way out. It's a lot of negativity, right? A lot of news. I don't really watch a lot of negative news, right? Again, with the whole social media thing, like, yeah, I delete them, and I may I may download them again someday, but other than my YouTube channel, that's pretty much that's the reason why I upload or I post so much content to my community tab, because I'm not on social media like that, right? I'm on YouTube. I mean, it's part of my job. I gotta see what's going on, with from fellow creators, right? The real ones, right? The grassroots creators, right? Um, no name dropping and all that type of stuff. But yeah, that's just that's me. That's probably why you guys are probably like, this guy talks so much. It's like, yeah, That's my job. You mad because I'm talking? What you want me to do? Rob somebody? You'd rather me be robbing than talking. Okay. So that's just how I look at things, man. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do another video like this one before I leave this place, but again, I can't wait to get back to uploading videos, doing my visual storytelling, some new tarot decks. Again, I've been really been wanting to get that Divine Feminine Oracle deck for a long time. But I don't know. I'm a guy, right? Even though I see myself as being divine feminine, I don't know if I want to be like I'm not gonna walk around in a dress. I know I'm very well balanced as a man to know where I stand with my feminine energy, but I'm not a Tyler Perry. Like that's going too far, right? I just want to be able to know feminine energy well enough to be able to know how to treat a lady or to treat my daughter, right? Or to treat my mother or whatever the case may be, right? If I need to go do a motivational speech at a woman's conference, right? I need to know these things. Right? I cook, right? So, yeah, man. Hopefully you guys like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Um, let me see. Yeah, I think I did this when I first left my toxic ass family's house. Um, the house that they didn't even own. But again, I'm not gonna get too much into the personal business, right? Um, yeah, when I took my savings and I moved out to the beach, yeah, I think I did do a few of these readings out on the beach, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. You get to learn a little bit about me, um, and yeah, I cherish those memories. I won't ever delete them from my Facebook page. Man, I spent the whole year, 2 years doing motivational speeches, lectures, like a whole data dump, especially when I was knee deep in my spiritual awakening and just doing more and more tarot reads, right? And then when I got into my second channel, it actually it started to grow very fast, but then there's just so many times where I just stopped posting due to whatever like life reasons. Yeah, but it's slow organic growth. Or I have no doubt I'll be able to pass 1,000 subscribers either before the summertime, at least before the year's over, right? It seems to be easier for women, right? I think I should probably set a goal, right, and manifest, right, the true magician way. I want to pass 5,000, subscribers before the year's out. That's even low for me, right? Because if I consistently upload the way that I want to, 3303, there we go, falling back into the habit of manifesting that magician energy. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep talking and talking and talking until my phone either dies or the battery runs out. Yeah, that was the whole thing. I had to charge my phone for 10 minutes to even get a 30% charge in order to do this. This light radio broadcast. I'm gonna keep saying it. I remember I was doing some car pulling before I was in the hospital, actually. So I would say probably about 2 weeks ago. And as I was doing the channel, I was like, I don't know why I was channeling a radio broadcast, and voila, here we go. Just like how I originally started down this line when I first started doing a lot of recording. I was like, why don't, because it was during COVID time, and I was like, why don't teachers bring their desks outside? Why have we never experienced that as a collective or as a group of people? And then what do you know? This whole channel, or my first channel, even this channel, I did a reading outside recently. I was dressed in all red. I reposted it, and a pretty good reading. But yeah, even me myself, I was like, why don't teachers? Because we could learn from nature, right? It doesn't really take all this extra stuff for us to be able to learn, right? And like I said, I manifested me being outside and doing like readings for a year, 2 years straight. Even now on my new channel, like I'm rarely inside the house. Every time I upload, I'm out in public. But I want to get back to going out to like nature, the parks, the beach, being on the sand, just being like knee deep into like natural surroundings in order to get better channel messages. Even now with the animals that typically run away from people, when I'm in the middle, knee deep in the tarot reading, the animals come closer to me, and it's like, whoa, the things that you experience when you're aligned in what your purpose is supposed to be, right? And that's my whole thing. I'll leave you guys with Jim. Um, I'm not sure if I heard this from somewhere or if it's just something that I had an epiphany about. If you'll never be able to be successful if you're not doing the things that you were put on this earth to do. You'll always get in trouble, or you'll always find yourself in a bad position doing something you're not supposed to be doing. And I'm not just talking about, going out of your way to be an asshole, or going out of your way to, I don't know, rob or scam people. It's just you'll never be able to be fully fulfilled if you're not being your authentic self, right? But if you're doing what you're supposed to do or what you love to do, you always feel fulfilled, right? But anyways, catch you guys on the next upload. This is, my readings tend to be anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes nowadays. That's the sweet spot for me. I have no doubt that muscle will grow bigger, and at some point, my readings will probably won't even be under an hour long at some point, and then my soul tribe is probably going to switch up for people that have longer attention spans, right? But yeah, a light storytelling for the nighttime for you guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the message. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.